Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. There's another paid request, this time for Eelco van Kampen. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. For those interested in requesting any type of list, topic, ranking, review, re-review, commentary, randomness, out of blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Under the video, if you wish. Now, he said, since Top Gun 2 Maverick got delayed, I don't even know when the hell that's supposed. I guess it's supposed to come out next summer now, supposedly. What are he asked top 10 films dealing with airplanes? Now, it depends like how much of the airplane is involved, as in like Broken Arrow. I love Broken Arrow. Technically, that does involve a plane, because it's about a stealth plane that crashes. And that starts off the story, but a lot of it doesn't take place on a plane, and I don't know if that would really work out. Maybe I just mentioned because I love Broken Arrow so much. I think it's underrated. I think it's my favorite John Woo film is Hard Target, but I think one of his more underrated films is Broken Arrow. Like, I love Christian Slater. John Travolta is a lot of fun. It's a goddamn wood rush. You're out of your mind. Yeah. Ain't it cool? And if that counts, that would probably be my personal favorite because, again, for some reason I'm drawn to movies that are underrated. I don't know why. Or I feel is underrated. Maybe because I'm like, okay, I've seen so many other films that I think are worse, but this film gets kind of crapped on. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why some psychological stance in my mind makes me like the film even more. Yeah, I can't quite explain why. But yeah, Broken Arrow is a lot of fun and entertaining and well done John Woo action sequences, but it's definitely more of a... I know John Woo, he said at one point that Hard Target was definitely more of his Hong Kong style, especially the word print version. So he wanted to make a more American style picture. I mean, but still damn good. It has a fantastic score. One of my favorite scores Hans Zimmer has done is the score to Broken Arrow. I really have a lot of fun with that movie. I'm very entertained. Love Broken Arrow. So if that counts, that'd be up there number one. If it doesn't, then number one would probably be Con Air. Because come on, it's Con Air. Again, another favorite score. Music is important. I can enjoy a film that doesn't have a great score. There's always exceptions with everything. But when you have a great score that gets your adrenaline pumping, really gets you involved, it can create this emotional core in your mind where it stirs emotions of suspense or excitement or adrenaline. Because not only are your eyes maybe affixed to great stunt work, set pieces, choreography, but then your ears, oh, you got funny dialogue or clever dialogue, or the music really gets you going. It creates a more pleasing experience. And Con Air has a great score. I mean, it's one of my favorite pieces of music. You know how the thing on YouTube is everything goes with the Guile theme from Street Fighter, the game? I think someone could do that with the Con Air theme. Everything goes with the Con Air theme. Because I think it's just a kick-ass piece of music. And Nicolas Cage's Kampen has a good sense of humor to it. I'm gonna save the fucking day. But I do think there is a sense of humor to it. I do think you're not supposed to take it 100% seriously. Yeah, it's weird when you think about it that a fucking serial killer played by Steve Buscemi, he's now out and about, and I guess he's reformed. I guess he's not a killer anymore. He was a cannibal, but now he's out gambling, and it's kind of a happy ending. But Like, is he going to kill more people? I mean, there's stuff you think about, but I did. When you end with Sweet Home Alabama, and you have people kind of smiling at the camera, Nicolas Cage winks at the end. It's a scene from earlier in the film, but that's part of the end credits. You know, people, even the bad guys laugh and smiling. Sweet Home Alabama. And the last bit, Nicolas Cage from a scene before, he looks, winks. If that doesn't tell you this movie, I don't want to say it's tongue-in-cheek, but this movie, like, they know it's for fun. You don't do that. I mean, you got Jared Bruckheimer producing. I don't think Bruckheimer's an idiot. I think he knows these are entertainment escapism, and Con Air knows that and then some. It's a fun idea. You have kick-ass, slow motion, explosions behind, just popcorn, over-the-top entertainment. John Malkovich is... He's a lot of fun as Cyrus. And you also have John Cusack. I know he hates the film. I'm sorry, I think he's better than a lot of... Better than anything you've done in the past 10 years, John Cusack. I'm sorry. I like Crows Point Blank. I like Better Off Dead, which that's another film he hates. I liked Hot Tub Time Machine, the first one. But it's my favorite film John Cusack's been a part of. I like 1408. But I love Con Air. It's so much of a escapism entertainment. I can smile anytime I watch it. It's fucking Con Air. Put the bunny back in the box. So that would be up there. Die Hard 2, which I never knew growing up that got hate. I just assumed, yeah, people love Die Hard 2. Now, I like the first Die Hard and the third Die Hard more, but I like Die Hard 2. Yes, it's playing off the fact that... But the movie does say, how could the same thing happen to the same guy twice? So they do acknowledge it. You still have some really good set pieces. They will never make this kind of film again. Terrorism at an airport? After 9/11, you're not going to make a film like that again. Well, you know what? I said that. They did that film Run, Hide, Fight where there was a school shooting, but it's also an action film. So you never know. You never know. I think someone would have to have some balls to do it, though. But I like the location. It gives it a bigger scope because you're at an airport with all these people and all this tunnel system. Like, it's a bigger location. Yet at the same time, you still have the Die Hard one location feel. So you still have John McClane and Air Duts, and you still have John McClane. Bruce Willis is on top of his game. He's still a lot of fun. He still has witty one-liners. You still have... I like the villain. It's a very cold-blooded villain that William Sadler plays, who played Death in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. He was in Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. He's a very cold-blooded killer. Yeah, I know it's weird that he's doing fucking katas naked. But I think that's the reason you go, what the fuck? This guy he's crazy. But he's cold-blooded. I mean, if you really think about it, of all the villains, he's the most cold-blooded villain in the Die Hard franchise. Because he took down the entire fucking plane of innocent people, including women and kids. We've gotcha. We've gotcha. We've gotcha. And he didn't give a shit. No fucks were given. So, you have the most cold-blooded villain in the franchise. William Sadler does a good job. In fact, so much my webcam is slowing down. Which I don't know why. I don't know why the webcam does that. Every once in a fucking while, the webcam will just slow down. Which is why sometimes my audio clips. I don't know why it does that, because I have nothing in the background running. Annoying. Part of me wonders if I should just get like an actual camera, but I don't know. We'll see. This is shit annoying. But anyway, Die Hard 2. You have people come back from the first film. William Atherton, Bonnie Bedelia as the wife, Richard Ovell Johnson, which is sad he's not in it longer. It's this Sergeant Al Powell. Oh, he's gone now. But you also have Dennis Franz from NYPD Blue. I like a lot of the actors involved. I thought they got a good cast. The score works. Rennie Harlin's direction. I mean, this is the film, from what I understand, after Elm Street 4, The Dream Master was a surprise hit, he got offers. I think Rennie Harlin at one point said even Steven Spielberg called him after Elm Street 4 came out. Which I don't know why Rennie would lie about it. But I think that helped get him jobs at 20th Century Fox. And they did the Adventures of Ford Fairlane. And they liked what they saw. So gave him Die Hard 2. Now Ford Fairlane flopped, but Die Hard 2 did rather well. I think it made more money than the first Die Hard. And it got 2 thumbs up from Siskel and Ebert. The first Die Hard didn't get 2 thumbs up. But this did. It's a worthy sequel. It's a fun sequel. I've complained in the past about the pacing. I think nowadays it wouldn't bother me compared to a lot of films nowadays. But yeah, I don't think it's as bad. It's a Die Hard 2. Yeah, I don't know why I really did. I guess other than, well, it seems kind of similar to the first. Well, again, the movie acknowledges that. I think the change in location, the well-done action set pieces, Rennie Harlin, his tendency to go a little bit bloodier. I mean, you get someone get an icicle in their fucking eye. Just like in Cliffhanger with Stallone, impales that motherfucker in Cliffhanger. So, Rennie Harlin is at this time tended to go a little bit more violent, which was nice. People got shot, blood squibs. I would be surprised if there was an NC-17 version of Die Hard 2. I don't know if there was, but I'm just saying if there was, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, Die Hard 2 got put up there. Non-Stop, I like that film with Liam Neeson. I actually think that's the best film he did after Taken. Like, Taken came out, there was a new renaissance of, Liam Neeson action star. I think the best what he did out of not Taken 2 or Taken 3, but Non-Stop. I know, like, my friend Mike OCB, he wasn't a really big fan of it. There's other people who weren't, and that's fine. But to me, I like the idea of, and that was a newer film that actually had a plane that there was risk of it blowing up, and that was a somewhat newer film. It's more of a thriller with little action pieces, but again, this sort of mystery of people are dying. You gotta find out who's being killed. You know who's being killed, but like who's doing it? Then he gets blamed for stuff, so he's got to argue with the staff, who's not trusting him, the ground, who thinks he's a terrorist, and also this murder mystery of like who's doing this and why are they doing it. And I think Liam Neeson pulls off the role rather well. It makes me want to watch Non-Stop again, honestly. It really does make me want to rewatch that film. That was a film I saw, I'm like, wow, this is pleasantly, surprisingly good. That he did on a train, The Commuter, which is another film I like. Not as good as Non-Stop, but I do like The Commuter. I actually think what hurts that film is the last 15 minutes because you get this really bad CGI train derailment, and then we're in like another movie for the last 10 minutes. I'm like, eh. I think all this could have been done on the train, and you could make the train derailment better, not all fucking CG cartoon. But anyway, I thought, like I did Non-Stop, I thought handled that better. Because to the end, it's all on the plane. And I mean, you get little action pieces, but it's more of a thriller. And I think Liam Neeson did a wonderful job acting-wise. I thought the cast worked well. I would say it was interesting to see what would happen next, and I thought the way it was directed, how he's looked at the text, but we see the text here, so we see what he's looking at, but they're both in the same shot. I thought the director did a nice job with the style with that movie. Airplane, I think it's a hilarious film. I love Airplane. I mean, you got Robert Hayes, Leslie Nielsen, may he rest in peace. Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. What more can be said about Airplane? There's the woman talking jive with the two guys. Cut me some slack, Jack. Hey, mama. You have the woman that's hysterical, and they gotta calm her down, so you have a line of people going to calm her down. One's got boxing gloves, one's got a pipe. People like Leslie Nielsen just keep slapping her. I think that's a film that's PG, but has some nudity in it. PG 1980 style. But yeah, Airplane's just hilarious, and I think if you haven't seen Airplane, it's worth a look. I mean, there's not much else to be said about Airplane. Air Force One, I mean, it's Harrison Ford, get off by plane. You got Gary Oldman as a villain. It's Die Hard on an Airplane. Only it's Harrison Ford as the president. And Harrison Ford was a good choice, because you could buy him as an Oval Office official, but you could also buy him in the action scenes. Because, like, Tom Hanks you could buy as a president. I don't know if I could buy him in an action film, gun shooting. I mean, he shot guns in films like Saving Private Ryan, but in this type of movie, I don't know if I could buy Tom Hanks. And Arnold Schwarzenegger you could buy, but I don't know if I'd buy him as the president. He was a good California, so I wouldn't buy him as president. But, like, Harrison Ford fit both of them as well. I do think the movie takes a little bit, pacing-wise, I think it could be a bit more tightly paced. I will say that. It's cool to see people on the ground, because you got people like Glenn Close and Dean Stockwell, may he rest in peace. But I mean, come on, you got the way he kills the bad guy, get off my plane. That alone is a crowd-pleasing moment. And Air Force One doesn't get talked about a lot, but I believe it's directed by Wolfgang Peterson, if I'm not mistaken, who did Enemy Mine, and I think he did The Never-Ending Story. I could be wrong on all that, but I'm not the best at remembering names. But Air Force One's just badass. Has a great score, too. I think, Jared Goldsmith, I think, did the score. Very patriotic. Fits the movie well. I'm like, that's the president. Like, people talk, what's your favorite movie president? I'm like, well, it's either Bill Pullman in the or it's Harrison Ford in Air Force One. One of the best movie presidents in film history. Like, that's the president we need. See, after that, Iron Eagle. You like Iron Eagle more than Top Gun? I like Top Gun. It's on the list, but I like Iron Eagle more. Yeah, it's just more fantasy, because you have this kid who's pretty much a high school student. He trains on a simulator, but gets with this other guy, played by Louis Gossett Jr. They get a plane. They go off to rescue his dad, who's beyond enemy lines. The dad's actually played by Tim Thomerson from Trancers and Dollman and other movies. But I liked the lead, Jason. I thought he did a good job. He got roles after it, but not a whole lot. They killed her off in Iron Eagle 2. I thought that was bullshit. And I think that was a mistake. I really do. I mean, let me put it this way. If he didn't want to do it, then fine, don't do it. Maybe he would change his mind later. Hey, we do a third or a fourth one, you can come back. Or, well, I don't have enough time. I'm doing another movie. Then again, just don't do the film and, hey, maybe catch you on the next one. Maybe catch you on the next one. You can do that. Because there were 4 fucking films. And then they bring the character back in Iron Eagle 4, but it's not the same actor. So it still doesn't work. And then they retcon because how it happens in Iron Eagle 4 is not exactly how it happens in Iron Eagle 2. So they retcon and they change things. As, oh, okay, cool, the character's alive, but it's not played by... If it was played by the same actor, then maybe I would buy it more. But, I mean, anyway. But the first Iron Eagle, you have a great soundtrack. You got Queen. One Vision. But my favorite song is the... Not... I like the Queen song, but it's the other song. Never Say Die, Iron Eagle. And Iron Eagle is... Well, Top Gun, they're both very 80s movies, but Iron Eagle... I think because I liked, in a weird way, the story more. Granted, much more fantasy of a story, but the camaraderie he has with the other kids who do everything they can to join together and help this guy save his dad. You got, I think, Robbie Rist, the voice of Mighty in the first 3 live-action Ninja Turtle movies. He plays one of the lead guy's friends. Also, the one guy from Revenge of the Nerds. God, I forgot his name. He's in it. I like the... I think also with Top Gun, the love story is fine, but this I like more the father-son dynamic between Jason and Louis Gossett Jr.'s character. I thought that was endearing. I thought Louis Gossett Jr. did a really good job as Cappy. I thought he's a mentor we all would like and would love to have this guy as a mentor. He's funny, but he's also supportive. And again, it might not be realistic, but it's a satisfying finale when he goes in to save his dad. And sometimes in movies you do watch them to fulfill fantasies. Not those kind of fantasies. That's what Pornhub's for. Other types like escapism fantasies of, if there's a loved one, you go out to rescue them. It doesn't happen in a movie. Just hopefully that opportunity doesn't arise in your life that has to happen. But you live vicariously through a character. And I mean, for its budget, the effects in the airplane sequences look rather good. And the explosions and a lot of it's done practical. And in Top Gun had more of a budget, but Iron Eagle fulfilled the flying scenes fairly well. So, and that film is still not on Blu-ray. I don't know why Iron Eagle's not on Blu-ray. Put the motherfucker on Blu-ray, for fuck's sake. But I don't know. But just because it's like no one talked about the film. Yeah, because it's not on Blu-ray and all this, like... Anyway. But yeah, I've always been more of an Iron Eagle guy than a Top Gun guy. But I do like Top Gun. But after that, Airplane 2, the sequel, it's a very funny, worthy sequel. My favorite bit is William Shatner. Anytime William Shatner's on screen in that movie, I laugh my ass off. Because he just plays it so well. All the lights, they're blinking, and they're winking, and they're blinking. I mean, sadly, he only comes in the third act. I wish he was in the film more. But, I mean, again, it's a lot of the... Other than Leslie Nielsen, it's a lot of the same cast as the first. Yeah, Robert Hayes, once again. You have... pretty much most of the cast. Again, you don't have Robert Stack, you don't have Leslie Nielsen, but it was still entertaining, and I don't want to give a lot away for those who haven't seen it. I mean, I know it's not looked upon as fondly as the first film, but I still think, again, if you like irreverent comedies, and this is a parody that actually works like the first Airplane. It's not like the parody films of today, like Meet the Spartans, or Epic Movie, or Date Movie, that are as funny as a morgue. Like, these are actually sincerely funny. But yeah, I don't want to give too many jokes away. So, if you like goofy, fun 80s comedies, Airplane and Airplane 2 is a good double feature. Top Gun, yes, would be on the list. I mean, again, the love story is fine, but I'm less interested in that compared to Tom Cruise being cool, the Tony Scott's direction. This is definitely the film that brought Tony Scott up to prominence, which then led to Beverly Hills Cop 2, and then he did The Last Boy Scout, did all these other films. It's definitely got that great style and look. The fighter jet sequences, the plane sequences are done for real. They're definitely more slick looking than Iron Eagle. I'll give you that because they had more of a budget. They had Jared Bruckheimer and Don Simpson producing it, so they had a bit more money and pull with the studio. It has a good soundtrack as well. Take My Breath Away. I love the score by Harold Faltermeyer. Great score. And yes, you got the volleyball scene where everyone's shirtless, playing with the boys. Because everyone always says, it's gay, it's a gay scene. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not watching Top Gun for volleyball, I'm watching it for the other stuff. But yeah, it's a fun film, it's entertaining. But there's other films I like more, like the stuff I said previously. And Snakes on a Plane. Like, if Broken Arrow is part of it, the 10th would be Snakes on a Plane. I saw that film in the theater. I enjoyed it. It's not perfect. The CG snakes are very noticeable in CGI. That's a film they tried to make into a cult film and wasn't successful, because when you try to make a cult film, the opposite happens. And I know Sam Jackson, a lot of people thought this would be like a big surprise hit. But that's why the cult surprise hits, because it's a surprise. And then when you tell they're forcefully trying to make a cult film. Like, they try to have a goofy song at the end, credits, and all the marketing, and like try to make this buzz, and people were making these fake posters, and oh, imagine if Sam Jackson said this line. I commend them, though, that they actually listen to people. That's one thing I commend them. In this day and age where so many people don't listen to fans, or to your viewers, they did. And in a way, they got punished for it, which is sad. Because it was going to be PG-13. Be like, no, it should be rated R. They did. It would be called a different stupid title. No, it's called Snakes on a Plane, which is a better title for it. Sam Jackson, people, oh, it'd be cool if he said this line. And he did it. I am tired of these motherfucking states on the... I mean, they didn't come with the line. Fans, or like people who have interest, the public, came up with that. And they fulfilled that. So they listened to the public. And by doing that, they got punished. Because that's a line people make fun of, but that's a line that, again, the public came up, oh, could you say this? And, I mean, I commend them for doing that, and I do think it's a better movie than what initially would have been. I like that they go for the R-rated thrills. As I watch it, it was a fun time. Sam Johnson gets to kill a bunch of snakes, kills one with like a harpoon, kills some with a little flamethrower. I got some fun chuckles out of it. It went at a fast enough pace. When it gets going, I should say that. When it gets going. I will say the first like 20 minutes is like, okay, I know it's a build up, but it's like, okay, let's get to the plane. Let's get to the plane. That's what people want to see, the stakes on the plane. Because of Sam Jackson and this witness protection guy. The guy who played who Sam Jackson had to protect, he was alright. I was indifferent to him. That's why it would have been cool to have another guy to play off Sam Jackson and get some really good banter or chemistry. I don't know who you could have gotten. I mean, if you got like, I don't know. Trying to think at that time who you could have gotten. Just someone that you really get some chemistry. I imagine that was Ryan Reynolds. And imagine you had the chemistry they had in The Hitman's Bodyguard, only in this movie. I think that would have made it even better. Like, right, I liked The Hitman's Bodyguard. I didn't see the sequel, but I liked it. But I'm just saying, if you had Ryan Reynolds, you had that camaraderie and chemistry, along with all the stuff going on, and the two have to work together. I think that would have made the film even funnier and more memorable. But yeah, I thought it was, a silly, goofy time. Again, the CGI snakes, they didn't really hold up then, let alone now. But it's irreverent, and what I mean by it's nothing, it's not pretentious, in my opinion. It's goofy, it's silly, it's fun. I never had that big of an issue. It's a B movie. It's like, okay, one of the requests I got for this month is Eight-Legged Freaks. It's kind of that B movie fun. It's goofy, it's silly, but it's entertaining. And it's nothing for me to get mad about. And again, I appreciate that they did listen to potential fans, and it bombed because of that, probably. So, because there was like a false hype in a weird way. Hype that was deemed, but I think it was hype of people going, wow, this is a stupid idea. Let's see how far they go. Not, well, I can't wait to see the movie. They misinterpreted and it bombed. But again, I still think it's a fun film. So again, like Broken Arrow, Con Air, Die Hard 2, Nonstop, Airplane, Air Force One, Iron Eagle, Airplane 2, Top Gun, Snakes on a Plane. If Broken Arrow doesn't count, I would throw in the Delta Force, just as Chuck Norris. And you don't fuck with Chuck Norris or his beard. And come on, you got the Ellen Silvestri. Down, down, down. Yeah, Robert Forster, may rest in peace, is the bad guy. Which actually, I just found out Alligator is getting a Blu-ray from Scream Factory. I wish it was sooner, so Robert Forster could have talked about it, but there was a old commentary where he did do the commentary for it, and I'm guessing they'll bring that forward, so at least that's something. But nice that Alligator's finally getting a Blu-ray. Hopefully they don't fuck it up, because Scream Factory has a tendency to fuck it up. I hope it's fucked up. Yeah, return it, or we'll send you a replacement disc. Again, Scream Factory, to you not fuck it up the first time and actually do your job. But anyway, the Delta Force, Robert Forster was good in it. It does take a bit to get going, to be fair. And the second half, though, I think is a ball. I mean, yeah, Chuck Norris, motorcycle, missiles. To me, it's a better version of... what was that fucking movie? Megaforce. It's a much better version of Megaforce. That's just my opinion. Because you got Chuck Norris, kicking ass, taking names, and a great theme song. I mean, just... the second half of that film makes me enjoy Delta Force. Again, the first half, it's build up. I could deal with it. You got some established actors like George Kennedy and at least Robert Forster to watch. But the second half is a lot of fun. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.